Hey, everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today. It means a lot to me that you are showing up for me, but most of all, that you are showing up for yourself to come in and just do some story sharing. There's not many spaces like this these days where we can come together and sort of embrace our journey of healing and embrace each other and be a part of each other's journey. And as you know, my theme today is to heal through releasing. And that means something different to everybody. We're all born attached. We're attached to our mother and our father and our home and whatever unique set of circumstances that we're faced with. And we go through our young life and we grow attached to everything that's familiar, all the things that you eat when you're young, all the ways that you are nurtured when you're young, the school you go to, the neighborhood you grow up in, all the things, the tree in your front yard, whatever it is. And we just kind of go along for the ride. And I think all of us in here can agree that we've reached a point in our life where we kind of step back and we look at everything that we've grown accustomed to. And we start to question, what can I do to enhance my experience here on this planet? What can I do to start to create my experience? We get to have a hand in every choice that we make. There's always things that we can't control, but we deal with those things with so much more grace and so much more ease when we really choose to take life by the hand and hold hands with life and make those choices consciously. Um, for me, this journey really started by addressing the things in my life that I needed to release, the things that I needed to let go of, things like self-doubt. Really, I kind of lost hope that I could heal. I kind of was like, I went too far. There's no going back now. And I'm here to tell you, and so many people in here right now are here to tell you, it is never too late to embrace your healing journey and take life by the hand. I released all kinds of toxic things out of my life, behaviors, things I was putting in my body, people that I was allowing in my space. Distractions has been a really big thing for me recently. What are the things that keep me from my goals, that keep me from living my best life and becoming the fulfillment of who I am? And when you really start to release like that and you start to embrace these nurturing practices for yourself to enhance your life, what happens is you just start to unlock all of these pieces of yourself, parts of yourself that you've just been locking away. And when those open up, you just are able to access potential again, and you're able to access manifestation again, and envisioning and moving forward into your future, being a part of the creative element of your future. And so I'm really, really excited to have here today with me my wonderful mentor, Tammy Trissel. She is an amazing mother, an amazing brand partner with Purium, who is just saving the world. She's helping so many people. And a big piece of that is her story and what she's been through and what she has released, and how that's affected her, how that has affected also her beautiful family. She has her daughter, Lily, here with her today, who's going to tell us her piece of that story, and being able to watch her mother release things in her life and what that means to her and how that has now inspired her journey. And then we're going to hear from Matt, who has just finished like his 90-day transformation, and he is just going strong. He has so much to share. And then we'll do a drawing at the end and we'll see who might win some free superfoods that will just get shipped to your door so you can try it. So, without further ado, I just want to pass the mic along to Tammy and let her tell you her amazing story.
Thank you, Barbara. You speak so lovely, so beautifully. Your words are like poetry. I could just listen to you talk all day long. Hi, everyone. My name is Tammy Trissel. I am 41 years young. My journey, I've had to release a lot of childhood trauma, a lot of trauma, period, in my life. Emotional, physical, all the things. Pretty much, I mean, the first time I was in the hospital, I was 4 years old. They said I had severe gastroenteritis. My whole childhood, I could never go to the bathroom. It was always such an issue, always having belly aches, just never feeling good, not being able to focus in school, always feeling like the odd person out, not really having friends, having parents that, indulged in alcohol. The cops were at the house every weekend for domestic violence. When I was a sophomore in high school, my dad went to prison for attempted murder for hire on my mother and her boyfriend. At that point in time, I really thought my life was just over. Like their problems became my problems. I just hated life. I hated this world. I was mad. I was angry. Started using cannabis at a very young age. Yeah, so by the age of 18, I was diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and that started medication. And my whole family's medical field. My dad was a nurse. My mom was surgery. My grandparents, like military family, very strict upbringing, very controlling, So when I got to a certain age, I just went wild. I was like, get me out of here. So I partied hard when I was, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. And then at 24, I got pregnant with Lillian. Um, by the age of 26, so that put the partying to a halt. By the age of 26, I had to have my gallbladder out. I was on all this medication for my Crohn's, and that just never really helped. I was seeing all these specialists. By the age of 26, or that was 26, gallbladder out. By the age of 28, I had to have my first bowel resection. That surgery was pretty intense. I was in the hospital 21 days, like almost bled out. And they had me on opioids the whole time I was in the hospital. And then they sent me home on opioids. And they were like, well, this is your new normal. And I really loved the opioids. I did. It was like another escape from reality, being a single parent, and it's not always easy. So I had my son at this point too. So they were 4 and 5 when I had my first surgery. And so their whole childhood, they just remember me being sick in and out of the hospital, surgery after surgery, all this medication. I had blown up to 240 pounds. I had anxiety, depression, insomnia. I was getting Botox injections for migraines. I was on nausea medication. I was on medical cannabis. I tried everything. Nothing made me feel better. I tried all these different diets. So by the age of 38, I was just so far gone. I had to have another surgery. The doctors put me on disability. I lost both my jobs. It's what we call hitting rock bottom. I really wanted to die. It was March of 2020 when COVID hit. I was in the hospital, and Lily was really traumatized. She left the house at 14 years old, went to live with her father. And that was just like another big pill to swallow, I had no control over my life, nothing. I had no control. Doctors couldn't help me. I just wanted a magic pill. I would go into my doctors and say, I just want a magic pill. Like, I just want to be better. They were saying I had borderline personality disorder. My family said I was a disappointment and embarrassment, and things were just pretty awful. So I had nothing to do except try to get better. I searched the internet for hope, for inspiration. And I found this guy, this Canadian, this holistic healer. I took his course. Wasn't cheap, but I had, a little bit of money from my disability. So, I was desperate to try anything. So I took this guy's course, and I had been following Kimberly Sanders online when I was taking this course. And 30 days into it, I was like a new person. This new way of eating, learning about this thing called glyphosate that's all over our food, that's tearing up our gut microbiome, detoxing, getting all of this stuff out of my body, really releasing my old lifestyle, all the habits, the quick, fast-paced lifestyle, in and out of drive-throughs, ordering out, working two jobs, trying to make ends meet, being stressed out all the time.
Think about the Taco Bell runs.
Oh, the Taco Bell runs. Oh my gosh. Some nights we'd go to Taco Bell once.
I would make her get me Taco Bell sometimes like 3 times in a day, you guys. Like I was obsessed with that place.
So yeah, I mean, when I started this new way of eating, it was night and day, you know, and then people around me were calling me crazy. And, you know, I'm taking ice baths and doing breath work and feeling better, not feeling borderline personality disorder. But then, you know, and really the people closest to me were the ones that are like, you're crazy, or you're taking an ice bath, you're eating seaweed.
You guys want to know what the really crazy part is? When I left with the only hope in my heart being that I hope that me leaving is her like wake up point, you know, like I hope she gets better, because I can't, there's nothing else I could do at that point, you know. So when everyone else started calling her crazy, to me that was when I was like, oh my gosh, she's better, you know. So I think that that's so funny that some people have different definitions of being crazy and healing yourself. And it's just sad that in this generation, in today's day and age, her making this transformation is her being crazy. I really hope to change that that whole dichotomy around that, because a lot of my friends, they don't talk to me anymore. They think I'm nuts, and I'm like, well, all right, we'll see who's alive in 70 years from now when you're eating all your food full of glyphosate.
Totally. And it's kind of crazy how we live in a world where it's considered normal to go to the store and eat all of this boxed and processed and food that's been like sitting in a truck and shipped around and frozen and unfrozen and all the things. And that's like normal. But to eat organic, whole food nutrition grown sustainably out of the ground, you're some kind of wacko. It
Oh,
is really a strange world that we live in. And I think people are kind of starting to recognize. I mean, I know, Tammy, that you guys live in Ohio, and that whole area of farmland has just been bombarded with a chemical explosion on a train. And you guys are being told that it's safe to drink the water and that return to your home. And I think it just speaks even more to what is happening with our food in this country. And your story is such a powerful testimonial to what that imbalance of foods can do to us mentally, physically, and spiritually. And it's really powerful when you do take those reins back and you move to a whole food diet and you move to organic and you move to embracing your health. And I would love for you guys to speak a little bit more to that, Lily. I would really love also to hear your story of what was that like for you to watch your mother transform before your eyes. This is something that I know Matthew is probably going through a little bit right now as well. So I would love for you to just share your heart and let us know that experience for you.
yeah. Well, for me, I didn't even really get to see her transform really personally. I only saw what she was before and what she was after. And that was even more crazy, I think, than probably seeing the process, because I mean, it was just like, it was like night and day. Like I left this house being terrified going to bed every night if I was going to wake up and I would find my mom dead in bed, whether that be from overdosing from pills that her doctors gave her, overdosing because she just didn't enjoy her own life anymore, or I didn't know what, you know. So to come back and to have her just be actually happy, because I don't really, you know, when we're children, our memories are kind of skewed a little bit. I really don't know if there was ever a time in my childhood where she was actually happy. I'm sure it was probably just a front, and I'm sure she was probably miserable the whole time when I was a child. And just, you know, thinking about that, like as I got older, I know that I say that and I'm only 17 still, but since I was young, I pick up on stuff pretty quickly. And I just seeing her be like this, it's just so incredible. And just so, this is why I have such a hatred for the pharmaceutical companies and all these people trying to put band-aids on these issues that can be reversed and truly fixed. And that's why I have such a passion for all of this and this company and all of you people, because it's just been so incredible seeing this woman sitting next to me. I would not have recognized her 2-3 years ago. Like I would have been like,
tell us about what you have just embarked on, because I know that this has really inspired you to actually develop a career for yourself. And I would love for you to share just a little bit about that before we move to Matt.
Yeah, I actually just started taking the cellular regeneration course so that I can get my certification to be a certified regenerative health practitioner. And I'm very, very, very excited because I've only been in it for a couple weeks, and I've been telling my mom, like, I've learned more in this than I have learned in all of my 13, 14 years of schooling that I've been through. Like, it's so crazy. It's so eye-opening. And it's just like, I'm so excited to just try to spread as much love and wisdom, because that's what this is. It's not just selling stuff. You're spreading love to people when you're telling people about this stuff. It's like,
oh my gosh, so true. Go ahead, Tammy, go ahead.
And again, it's like, my family thinks I'm crazy because it's like, I'm not really making her, like, she's finishing high school, but like, you guys, she dropped out of her sports med program and all these classes, and she's just finishing her high schooling online just so she can, really, I was just going to let her drop out. Because everything she's learning is it's just not even relevant to survive in this world that we're living in. And, the true happiness really comes from, learning about real nutrition and real food, and learning how the human body works, and the things that they teach you in school, like the Subway is healthy. And that's why I didn't go back to doing hair. As soon as I learned what I learned and I was following Kimberly online, I'm like, I can't, now that I'm feeling better, like my family's like, oh, are you going back to work? I'm like, no, I have to tell everybody that our food is poison and that doctors is not the way to go. And they're like, are you going to get a real job? I'm like, this is a real job. Like,
yeah. And like Barbara, kind of like when you said, you're never too old to start this stuff, I'm trying to tell my friends too, like, you're never too young either. A lot of my friends, they're like, well, I don't have these health issues and I don't have this and that, and I'm fine eating my red 40 dye and my C4 energy drinks. Like, why should I change? I'm like, because you are going to see that in your body soon. Like, yeah. Trust me.
And her transformation has been huge.
Like, I didn't really get too deep into my personal stuff because I'm not really that good at talking about it, but I dealt with very serious depression, very serious anxiety. I took attempts on my own life multiple times. I was harming myself. I was in a very, very, very dark place. And now my friends call me the flower child, the crazy hippie girl who's just happy all the time. And like, guys, my stereotype a couple of years ago, they were like, oh, stay away from her. She's like depressed and like got lots of issues. But now it's like, you can change everything about yourself. It's never too late, ever, never, or too early. Like I just said,
Well, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. And guys, as soon as you get a chance, please go follow Tammy Trissel on Facebook. She makes the most delicious, amazing recipes and posts them all the time, shares them freely. She's about to start a group where you can come in and like see all of her recipes that she makes. She does a lot of recipes too, like using the Purium products, but also other stuff that she makes in addition. So please check her out. Follow Lily too. And if you guys want to post your pages in the chat or whatever. And I really thank you guys for coming on today and sharing this space and being vulnerable and letting everybody know the power of your healing and what that's done for your life, and how this nutrition was like the key that unlocked that for you. And I'm just gonna ask Matt, I hope you're ready. I would love for you to share quickly a testimonial of what you've experienced. Matt, I came to Matt, honestly. I was talking to everybody about these foods when I first started taking them, and I always had my shake bottle with me and was like, you guys have to try this. You have to just put this in your body and see what it feels like. And it's like totally changing my everything. And they've watched my transformation. But he finally stepped it up and was like, I'm just going to do it. And I mean, how magical. I'm so embracing this business now because I've had such a magical experience watching my loved ones go through this transformation. I just want to like just explain what a blessing it's been in my life to work with all these people and watch these people transform. So please, Matt, go ahead and tell us your journey.
Gotta stop making me cry like that. No, that was a very touching story too before, so that had the waterworks going. But seriously, a little bit about me. I've been on this planet for almost 46 years now. Probably haven't lived the healthiest life. I can't say that. I've eaten organic most of the last 15 years of my life. So, at least from that perspective, it was always good. But, I think about, I don't know, 16, 17 years ago, I was probably somewhere around 272 pounds. Made some fluctuations, ups and downs, tried to do this, tried to do that, call it a diet, call it this, call it that, give up, get fatter again, get lazier again, not, just not really consciously think about it. It wasn't really until you start putting all of the different pieces together. And thank you, Barb, because this has been a amazing journey. I'm going to make myself cry.
Okay, feel free. This is a totally safe space for you to express
this is what I want to show everybody.
Mhm.
This was what I weighed in at on Friday morning. That was Friday morning. I'm at 197.8 now. But I haven't. I turned my phone off. I try to get rid of technology on the weekends. So I don't turn the Bluetooth on, and when I step on my scale, it doesn't connect, right? So, but what's really amazing is I started tracking this journey very seriously about 18 months ago, and I went from 252 pounds to a healthy 201.8 as of Friday, 197.8 this morning. And without Purium in the last 90 days, and it's funny when you watch my trajectory, like you can see where, like, okay, he was taking it serious. He's dropping a little bit of weight, and then you get to where Barb kind of stepped in and was like, hey, you should really do the cleanse. The cleanse is good. And she came by the house and says, why don't you try this? Just try it. I was like, it's going to be awful. It's going to taste bad or what? Because, my wife had given me, the shots, and they're good shots. I mean, hell, I feel great after, but they tasted awful. And so when she shared with me this, I believe, the Power Shake, incredible. It just started there. That is where it all started. And from there, you can actually watch on my chart. Because, I got all the way down to about 240-ish, 238-ish. And then Purium came in, and what's really interesting, and why I was actually showing that whole thing, not just for the weight, but for the fact that I've gained more muscle mass. I have gained my metabolic age when I started this was 49 years old. Now, what does that really mean? It doesn't really mean anything to me. However, watch those numbers go down and watch yourself go from, I don't even know how to explain it. I'm in a lot of pain right now, so I'm sorry. I went and did a hike. I was planning on doing a big one yesterday, and I ended up slipping in the mud and falling, hurting my left side. I couldn't imagine had I done that at 262 pounds. Think about that. I'm in a little bit of pain right now. I took a couple of Advil, did my shakes this morning, but my ability to do things, my ability to feel positive, my ability to just not feel blah. It's great. It's so incredible. I have not felt this good ever. Like, I can't even say, like, back when I was 5 years old, my parents were shoving McDonald's down my throat, or, when I was shoving McDonald's down my throat, or whatever I was doing that was horrible. It's really empowering. I did this hike yesterday, and I wish Vinny was here. She could tell you like how horrible I was walking up a hill. And I was doing about a 480-foot elevation change. And I keep telling everybody it's 500 feet because it sounds better to say 500, but it was about 480 some odd feet. And I did it so fast. I was like, wow, because I'd been practicing trying to chase my dog off leash, which has been great. And that's the other thing. Like, I never knew, like, I lost a 5-year-old. I mean, let's be frank. I went from 262 pounds. I lost a 5-year-old of weight off of me. And a big part of that happened right when I started doing this and really taking it seriously. The cleansing, the repetition, the apothecary, the super meal. I love those. Thank you, Kimberly, as well for that. Can't beat this. Oh my God, it is almost completely replaced coffee in my diet. So that is, I mean, these are, and like, I still have energy. I told my son as we were leaving, I was like, hey, you know what? I've got this thing I need to do for you and Barb. And I want to get on and have this conversation. I was like, hey, why don't we see who can get each other more tired before we go back? He won. I'm still 45 and I'm still working on it a little bit, but oh my gosh, the amount of energy that I have, just purely no sugar, no energy drinks, you know. I feel like somebody could give me a freaking downer and it wouldn't put me down. No,
Matt, I'm
good.
so
Good to
proud
feel
of
that
you.
way. And look, I mean, you know, I haven't been able to see my face, like my face. I wish I had my driver's license here and you could see like this roundness, like just, and feeling that health and feeling the ability to just continue to push and make this a part of your life. Now, that's the one thing, you know, in all the things that I've learned in all of the journeys I've taken, it's not about going on a Purium diet. It's not about, you know, trying to add something into your life. It's about changing your life and your path to incorporate this. This is, it's not a try. It's not a, you know, you gotta dedicate to it. And it's not something that's hard to dedicate to. And it makes you feel freaking incredible. I wish I could scream it from the top of my lungs sometimes at how good I feel. Like walking up that hill, Barb, oh my God, you should have seen it. Like I was walking up a muddy, mid-sized path on a moderate hike down southern Colorado. I was killing it. And then I came back down the other side and slipped in some mud and hurt myself. It was, you know, it didn't ruin, it almost ruined my day. But because I just was like, it happened at like 2:00. I was like, I felt like I was going to get into like 4 or 5 more trails before the end of the day. And
well, that's like the perfect metaphor. It's like the perfect metaphor of, you know, we all fall down in our life. Like we all fall into this ebb and this flow, like you were saying earlier, where it's like you try and try and try, and then you fall back down, and then you try and try and try, and then you fall back down. But it's so much easier to get back up when your body is fully supported, when your mental well-being is fully supported, and your spirit is fully supported by what you're putting in your body and what you're putting in your vessel. And I'm actually just going to go through each one of the products real quick that we have in our program. And I have a screen to share with you. I hope everybody can see this pretty well. So what's included in one 30-day pack? And right now we have a promotion for 90-day transformation. It takes 90 days to really like change a habitual way of living. And so we're really promoting this right now. If you go for the 90-day commitment, you get extra points. They give you all these other motivating reasons to do the 90-day thing. But what's included each 30 days as you get this to your doorstep, I'll start off with the super aminos. Matt was mentioning how his muscle mass increased. The super aminos create lean muscle, support skin elasticity, burn fat, and support mental acuity. So aminos are the basic building block of proteins. And these vegan aminos are actually pre-digested. like just over 99% net nitrogen utilization. And what that means is that your body does not have to use its energy and ATP to digest this and turn it into protein. 20 something minutes after you eat it, it turns straight into protein, not just muscle protein, but the proteins that make up all your organ systems, your skin. This is one of the reasons why a lot of people see their skin clear up too. You're just getting all of this really clean protein in your body that just like regenerates all those cells. And then the next thing is the power shake. Matt showed us that as well. Thank you, Matt. It supports your energy levels. It can reduce cravings. So when it says it reduces cravings, essentially when you start your day off with a cup of really clean greens and fruits and grains, what happens is your hormones are affected. The balance of your hormones and your pH are affected. And so what you crave for the rest of the day is set up by that morning practice. The first thing, the way that you break your fast in the morning is going to set up the cravings that you have for the rest of the day. And so it reduces cravings. It fuels your cells. I've never eaten a breakfast that's made me feel this good in the morning. And I ate healthy. I ate organic. I did all those things before this. And it is amazing how it starts your day. And it's really satiating. You know, a lot of people drink shakes and they're like, it doesn't fill me up. I still feel like I need to eat something else, because what we have is so pure. And I'm just going to click the nutrition label real quick so you can take a look, guys. Okay. 4 grams of fat, only 55 milligrams of sodium. You're getting 19 grams of low glycemic index carbohydrates. So those are really high quality carbs, 5 grams of fiber, only 2 grams of sugar, 7 grams of protein, guys. That's like 2/3 of a steak right there. And look at the vitamins, the vitamin content. And this is not extracted supplementation. This is whole food, never processed. The food is live dehydrated at about 70 degrees using wind. Okay. So it preserves the enzymes, all whole food nutrition that you're getting here. Just so much in there. It blows my mind every time I look at the label. Next we have the apothecary, which helps your body create its own melatonin. It's not like taking a melatonin supplement. You're actually supporting your body's natural process to make its own melatonin. So you're inhibiting your own production, which is really good for you. When you take a supplement, you're telling your body, you don't need to make it anymore because you're getting it from this external source. But when your body's making it itself, it helps you enhance that inside of your body. It combats free radical damage. It beautifies your skin. It supports a healthy response to inflammation. If you have inflammation in your joints, in your muscles, if you're dealing with like gout, if you are dealing with inflammation in your digestive system, irritable bowels, all of your organs, the beginning of what turns into disease, you know, often one of the first markers that they see is inflammation. So, you know, if you're consistently addressing that preventatively in your body, you can imagine how that's going to affect your health. The Biomedic, this is our gentle, consistent detox. You do take this every day. It's very gentle. It detoxifies glyphosate and other heavy metals and chemicals that are in your body. Glyphosate, as Tammy mentioned earlier, there's not a single human that's been tested that has not had glyphosate in their body. And the World Health Organization states it to be a possible carcinogen. There's several countries in the world that have already banned it, but for some reason in our country, it is perfectly legal for them to have this in our food. It's in our soil. It's in our water. Babies are being born with it in their umbilical cords. And this information is not hard to verify. You can find it pretty easily. And our product via the Detox Project is certified to remove up to 75% of glyphosate from your body when it's used consistently over the course of 60 to 90 days. It supports your digestion. It kind of clears that all out so you can better absorb the foods that you eat. A lot of people, their digestive system is so bogged down that the food they eat, only a portion of it really gets to the rest of their body. So you want to have that bioavailability. You're going to do a gentle detox product like this that helps you keep your system. You know, we wash our face, we brush our teeth, you know, we cleanse our eyes with eye drops, we, you know, whatever, nose spray. I mean, people do so many different things to their body. You can cleanse the inside of your digestive tract, and it will make a bigger difference than any of that stuff. It supports your immunity. It therefore also supports healthy C-reactive protein levels, which will also help with your inflammation. And guys, the best part of it is what's in there, right? Wheat germ, chicory root, fulvic and humic acid, and lactospore. It's all organic, like not processed, beautiful elements of the earth that in their most pure earth state that you're eating. These are not some like lab made medicine products. Okay. That's the most beautiful thing about it for me. And then we have our Super Cleanse R, and this is taken at the beginning and end of the 30 days. So you only take this for 10 days. It supports healthy bowel function. This is really going to kind of slough off all of the inner lining of your intestinal walls that has been built up and crushing like the little, all the microvilli that are lining the inside of your epithelial cells. Those are intended to increase the surface area of the cells on the walls of your digestive tract so that they can take in as many nutrients as possible. And when you have lining and buildup from binders and fillers and chemicals, those microvilli get like curled down like carpet, like a shag carpet. It just gets curled down. You guys have all had like an old carpet that you like can't get anything out of, no matter how many times you vacuum it. That's what happens to your microvilli over time when we're eating all this stuff. And even if you haven't been recently eating it, think about all the things you've eaten and think about cleaning that carpet for the first time in your life and having access to all that surface area to intake all those nutrients again. That's what this product does for you. It releases toxins and buildup, and it supports the elimination of parasites. If you eat dairy, if you eat eggs, if you eat meat, you have parasites in your body. Parasites in your body can look like bacteria, it can look like fungus, it can look like actual worms, it can look like all kinds of different things. And sometimes those little organisms are good for your body, but sometimes they're not. And so what this does is it helps you eliminate the stuff, the parasites that are not good for your body. And it helps thrive all of the good microbiome, all the little organisms in there that are aiding your digestion, that are aiding your body's ability to take in nutrients. So it's just a really nice balancing, gentle, you know, the amounts, if you look up like the proper amounts to take of each one of these, black walnut hull, marshmallow root, organic clove, organic wormwood herb, amalaki fruit, sagrada bark, and senna leaf. Again, all natural products of the earth, all organic, all consciously grown in regenerative soil, the whole thing. You know, it's the whole package. And Dave and Amy, who are the founders, Dave Sandoval and Amy Venner, they've been doing this for over 30 years. They've been in the health industry for a long time. And the more you learn about the company, the more you really discover how much integrity they have and how much they care about you and they care about what's going on in your body and healing the entire planet with compostable packaging. So without too much more time, we definitely have gone over a little bit. We're going to do a drawing, and some lucky winner in the chat, in the room, is going to be winning some superfoods. And so Allison is on here somewhere, and she's going to come on and spin her magic wheel and tell us who wins some superfoods.
Okay, wow, what an amazing call. Lily and Tammy always make me cry. Matt had me in tears too. And Barb, you just encapsulate everything so beautifully. And like Tammy said, all of your words are just like poetry. You just have this flow, and every time you speak, I'm always like, so I listen fully, with my heart and my soul and my ears. But thank you so much for this amazing Zoom. I will be sending this to a lot of people. Okay, so we have our little wheel of names here, and I'm just going to spin it. Let's see. Do, 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 do. Who won? Lindsay.
Yay!
You won some free superfood samples, so get back with whoever invited you, and they'll have those shipped to you. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations.
Yay, you guys, Lindsay has been wanting to try Purium for such a long time. And she recently just came back in and was like, okay, yes, I really do want to try it soon. And and I'm so proud of her. She's gone through so much. Oh my gosh, and happy wedding anniversary, Lindsay, coming up on Wednesday.
6 months, no alcohol.
Yay. So proud of you, dude. You're going to love these shakes, by the way. We'll have a shake party soon. Well, thank you everybody for coming. I really want to respect everyone's time. Thank you for taking the time to come and to listen to all the shares. Thank you, Tammy and Lily. You guys really, I was also tearing up over here like, oh, don't cry. Oh, so beautiful. And Matt, my God, how amazing to hear your testimonial as well. And Kimberly, of course, always getting so much praise for guiding all of us into this journey. If it was not for her, we would not be talking here like this today. So I encourage you to reach out more into this Purium community. We are all here sharing this journey together, and we really are here for each other. We really are here for you. We really are making this happen. We are like saving the planet one microbiome at a time. So that's all we have for today. And I just send everybody so much love. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And yay, Lindsay the winner. Peace out, friends. Mwah.
Yay.
Oh, I got to stop the recording. I know there's a way to do it.
I don't know. I feel like that's a big thing, like a lot of my friends, a lot of kids my age, it's cool to be mean and spiteful and nasty. You're not cool if you're in touch with your emotions and you try to help people. That's lame. So it is kind of a societal thing as well, I feel like. So
yeah, the social emotional aspect of growing and healing is completely removed from it, and I just like, I can imagine, right, this world where it's like somebody gets sick and they actually go in to be cared for, and they not only have access to like the top medical research experts in the field with up-to-date information. Okay, not outdated information where you walk into a hospital and you're like, well, is there anything I could be eating to address this? And they're like, no, not really. Nutrition isn't really what it's about. It's like, do you read anything about updated information? Like, these things are being discovered and acknowledged on a scientific level, and the doctors are not being recertified or something.
That's why I stopped going.
But the money is in the wrong place. It's like they've put the money in the place where they'll get paid if they do recommend the pharmaceuticals rather than nutrition. So somebody needs to come in and be like buy the health over the nutrition, but that's not going to get them healthy. So I think this is a huge piece to be able to share, Tammy, like the understanding of like that can be another piece of your story of really
honestly, like all those years, like they would tell me stay away from fried food, stay away from anything spicy, acidic. They never talked about eating organically. Like I always thought organic was just something rich people did. They
tell you what not to do, but they don't tell you how to what to do correctly and how to do it.
And then they recommend like Ensure.
Well, no, here's the bottom line. As long as people are unhealthy and going to them, they're still getting paid. They really don't want people to get better. That's what I think, at least. Yeah. When it comes to this stuff, you aren't putting a Band-Aid on a problem. You're not throwing them some medication. You're sitting down and you're figuring out what is wrong with you, what's causing it, how can we fix it, because your body's an amazing thing, and if you give it the proper tools and resources, it's going to fix itself. Bottom, pretty much all in any situations. I believe in the medical field for like some crazy, like if someone like gets in an accident and they need to be rushed to the emergency room, you can't put some superfoods on that. But you know, for most problems, our body is so incredible. Like it fixes itself in so many situations. I mean, even broken bones, if you let it heal in an improper position, it still heals on its own improperly, you know? So
imagine if that person that broke their body in 5 different places was being nurtured with the best quality food possible while they were in the hospital to aid their healing process versus here, I know you can't stomach anything, but here's a bunch of medications and some Ensure.
And some hospital. Which
You're not going to digest very well at all.
The worst. And
And
isn't that
school
where
food, the food in school systems is just as bad as hospital food. I gotta go feed Harvey, you guys. I love you.
Yeah, I gotta go too. I love you guys
It's
so
it's really funny
much.
if you look up the different school systems and what they feed their kids.
Yeah.
Just go look up the different countries' school systems and what they feed their kids in other countries, and then look at what the United States does. My son Odin showed me this the other day, and I was mortified. Like even third world countries serve better food than we do. Y'all have a beautiful day. Many blessings. Thank you so much for sharing.
Love you guys. Thank you, Matt. Love you guys.
Well, you were amazing.